Hello, welcome. I think we're live. Who's there? Who's in the chat? Got two people so far. One person, two people. Right, well, so my name's Tom, aka Serious Things Tomorrow. I make electronic music with a combination of all this lovely hardware you see here and also with a big help of software as well. Today I'll show you how I make my music, show you my general process, how my setup all works, both with the hardware and with the software. And yeah, I mean, I usually take about, so these little jams I've been doing for January. If you don't know, January is where you make a tune every day in January. And so it kind of forces you to finish music at quite a fast pace. So it usually takes me about 3 hours from an idea to finished uploaded piece of music. Most of that is obsessing over small details that really don't matter and multiple takes trying to get it perfect. So I think I can cut out a lot of that today. So hopefully we'll have something ready in about an hour or so. So yeah, feel free to dip in and out if you want. Feel free to come back in an hour and see what I've actually made if you can't be bothered to see me make anything. Let me just double check that this is all working well. 1 second. Check 1 2. Sweet, I think we're good to go. Hello, Nads. Hope you're doing well. So let's go through my setup. So I've got the Drum Brute Impact here, which is my main drum machine. This sort of half here is my drum area. So I've got Volca Beats, Volca Sample, and then over here is all my melodic stuff. So I've got Volca Keys, Volca FM, which is the real star of the show, Volca Bass, and Behringer Crave. On top of that, I've got this tape deck here, which I use. You'll see me using a bit for sort of interesting textures and pads and synth stuff. So if we go over to Logic, here we go. This is my template. I've got this set up with all my inputs ready to go. I've also got a drum channel for my Drum Brute to sequence a MIDI channel. So I sometimes, or quite a lot of the time, will have lots of drums going on. So I'll have 2 Volcas, I've got my Drum Brute, and then I've got the Drum Brute sequencing some drums inside Logic. So all those put together sounds quite fat. So let's start with the drum beat. Let's go here. So let's start. What tempo should we do? Feeling something a bit slower. 87. Let's see how that sounds. I think I've already got a pattern here. No, I haven't. Okay. So I'm recording unquantized, give it a bit more of a groove. But the cool thing about recording unquantized on the drum boot is that you can fix it. If you're too far out, you can fix it a little bit by nudging your step a bit further out or further in. Let's put a bit of delay on that last little element here. This one here. This has been my favourite delay recently. Everything Sound Toys does is pretty good. Maybe a bit of reverb as well. Bring it down a bit. Oh yeah, so just to explain it a little bit more, everything here is multi-tracked into Logic. So I've got 16 inputs. I haven't quite used all of them, but even that includes 4 individual outs from the drum boot, so I can do all this individual processing on all of it, which is really handy. Obviously, it's a pretty big investment when most people will just use a mixer and do a stereo mix into their DAW, but it kind of pays for itself in the long run because you'll never have to upgrade again, really. And it's been really helpful for me to get the sound that I want. I hate having to print stuff, even though sometimes that sort of forces you creatively to do other things. But I think this is a nice middle ground of performance and control afterwards in terms of mixing and sound design. So what I usually do after getting my drum beat going is I like to use the Volker FM, gets like a main melody going or some atmosphere or something. So this is Dext, which I use to import patches to the Volker FM with. You can download loads of, this is free itself, and you can also download loads of free patches, which all sound pretty good actually. So if we just click something at random, oh, sorry, it's probably quite loud. That's quite nice. There's so many, there's about 60% weird and crap ones and 40% beautiful ones, so sometimes it's a bit of a hunt for something nice. Ooh. Let's load that on. So I just need to find something that I don't mind overwriting on the vocal clip. Sorry, that's probably going to be quite loud as well. Let's overwrite this one. See what we can do with this. Crap, I lost it. Try that again. So one thing about importing patches to the Volca FM, you have to make sure you save it afterwards. There we go, now save. There we go. That's nice. Let's get our beat going again. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. I said I'd not flap around, so let's just get that recorded. Hey Jack, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in. So Jack in the chat is a producer himself, goes under the name of Heavy Blink, makes some really nice lo-fi stuff, so definitely check him out. He streams over on Twitch as well on Saturdays at 6 p.m. He inspired me to do this along with a few other people. Yeah, all good, man. Just getting something down. I mentioned earlier that I'm sort of I faff around a lot when I make music, so I'm trying my best to get on with it and keep this nice and concise. I've also got the Volca FM going through my Obscura delay pedal. You get some really nice weird delayness going on here. Volca FM for now, at least. Chord that there, chord that there. Let's get a second little phrase going as well. Now typically I'd add a bass line using the Volca keys. I would love to use the Volca bass as my main bass machine, but it's only got one bar of 16 steps to sequence with, so it's a bit limiting. It was good actually, wasn't it? See if I can get it. That's pretty good as well. That's the thing about the Volca FM, is you can just change the algorithm and get completely different sounds from one patch. So it's almost like each patch has 32 different little patches within it. So this is where I'd start spending like half an hour just trying to fix this up. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it. Let's get some sampling. No, I don't like that. I'm trying to get too weird with this. Let's keep it simple. Likely Luke, sounding good. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. It is indeed. It's a Tascam 414 Mark II Port Studio 4-track. Once I've got the bass and the Crave to add some bits onto that. Once I've done that, I'm going to give that a go and can show you how I use that. Ah, cheers. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably have the stream still up on the channel so you can come back and see how I use the Tascam. Good luck with the laundry. Not sounding too bad already. Cool. So that's sort of the main structure of all my hardware stuff. Now let's get on to the Tascam. So as you can see, if I do that, I've got what's called a tape loop, and it's literally a cassette with a little loop of tape goes round and round and round, and that allows me to have 4 different channels of whatever I want to record on here, mono, and then I can sort of play them back as if this is an instrument in and of itself. And obviously with the tape loop, because it's been used loads and it's kind of wobbles when it goes round, it's got loads of character to it, loads of natural warble, so it adds really nice texture, and obviously you get that nice tape noise and hiss and saturation and all that fun stuff that comes with it. So let's see. So what I usually do is I would open up, get a new soft synth on the go. So let's get that expanded. So let's try something with maybe Mellotron. Get some reverb going on it. Really like the Vintage Verb by Valhalla. That's become my go-to reverb. I think for $50 you can't really go wrong. It's what you get for that is insane for how this thing sounds. Maybe not a boys' choir. Let's get some filter freak on this as well. How long is this reverb? 3 seconds, quite long. That'll do. I'll do, so I'll play the loop. I'm having the drum beat is triggering the mellotron now. It doesn't sound very good. Let's do this. MIDI channel 4. Quite a nice chord that goes over it, so I'll record that in. Nope, that's not right. So now I will duplicate this 4 times. Okay. Whatever. So now what? Okay, that's not gone very well. Sample instrument default not found. That doesn't make any sense. Right, I'll save this as a channel strip setting. Do a new instrument setting. Hello. Sample. Oh God, what's going on? Right, tell you what, we'll do it this way. That'll have to do. Okay, are we happy now? Cool. Right, back to where I was. So I'm going to duplicate this. Top one will be like that. Second one will be like that. Third one will be like that. And the fourth one will be like that. So now what I've got is I've got each note of that chord on a different channel, which is all playing the same mellotron. So now I will output them. So I've got this set up so that my sound card has got 4 dedicated outputs to go straight into my Tascam. So it makes recording onto it really easy. So I'll do output. The annoying thing with Logic is you have to output to a bus, then output if you want to do mono outs. If you wanted to just go straight to an output here, it has to be stereo, which is quite annoying. So I'll do that. So now it's going out. So now I've made these 4 auxes. I'll change those to mono. Oh, sorry, you can't see this. One sec. There we go. So I've got these 4 aux channels here. And now I'll output them. There we go. Mono out 17. 18, 19, 20. And now when I play these, you won't be able to hear anything. Neither will I, because it's all going throughout these outputs. So now if I get to my Tascam, set these to line input, get my volume up. There we go. So I've got each one of those chords notes coming through each channel. So I'll just get these up to a nice level. And I will press record. And that will simultaneously record all 4 notes onto all 4 channels for me. Another thing I've had to do is I've put a piece of electrical tape over the erase head here. Otherwise, when you stop, it will create this big chunk of silence where that erase head hits against the tape. So if you put over just a bit of electrical tape over it, then it allows it to be more of a continuous loop. Okay, so let's see how that sounds. Just go over that bit again. So you can hear you get that really nice texture to it, and then you get these sort of natural glitches that happen as well. So it really makes nice and interesting textures to sit underneath everything. And then once you double that up with a bit more reverb, maybe a bit of delay as well. And you can pan it as well. And of course you got a pitch wheel. Montenote. I hope I'm saying that right. How you doing? Lee Baby Sims, hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. Montenote, obviously I know you from Instagram. How you doing? And Lee Baby Sims, one of my subscribers, I believe, on here. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys or girls. So this is the beat so far that we've got going. Now we can add in our tape loop. generally quite happy with the sound of that. Let's get a bit more processing going. So I'm going to sidechain the Tascam to the kick drum. Maybe not that extreme. So that makes quite a big difference, I think. If I just compare that without and with the sidechain. So that's obviously with. I'll turn that off. There we go. Get it pumping a bit. So I mentioned earlier I like to also sequence drums with the drum boot along with playing its analog sounds as well. I think together it sounds pretty good, especially if I go extra processing with the sequence drums. So let's see what we can do here. I'll just solo this for now. That's quite cool. We'll remember that chrome. Whoa. I like that, but not with all that craziness. So let's find what that's doing. There we go. Noise, take that away. Valhalla rules. Valhalla does rule. I was saying earlier that vintage verb is my go-to reverb these days. It sounds so good. Speaking of which, let's put a bit of a gated reverb on this. And my other go-to plugin is Sound Toys. I managed to get this on sale for about 100 quid, which is an absolute bargain considering all the plugins you get. So let's get a bit of decapitator on there, a bit of saturation. Take that hi-hat down a bit. So obviously that sounds super over-processed. But what I like to do is I like to sidechain that again to the kick of the analog drum beat sounds. Let's get that going. So if I now have that combined, I think that sounds quite nice. Just a little bit of extra texture underneath the analog drums, spice things up, and then you add in the beats. Let's get our bass going a bit stronger. I'm going to fix the timing on that. It's really annoying me. Okay. That's much better. Maybe not. This is the tedious bit, sorry. I'll try and be quick. This is the one, I can feel it. That'll do. Right. Man like big eggs. Yeah, so the Volca keys actually seems to be my go-to bass actually these days. I have got the Volca bass, but it's only got 1 bar of 16 steps to sequence with. So obviously that's all right if you're doing like techno and stuff like that, but for the stuff I do, I like to have 4 bars at least. So the Volca keys is good for that. And also you can record unquantized, which is what I was spending ages trying to do. And the 3 voices can stack up and sound pretty fat. And especially when you can multi-track it and process it individually. It does do weird things sometimes, so now it kind of sounds a bit out of time. I might just do a different bass line here. Not feeling it. sidechain that as well. Get some saturation on it as well. Right, I've been streaming for about an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to get this recorded. So I'm going to start recording in Logic. Okay. So, annoyingly, because the drum brute is providing the master clock for everything, I have to start this first. Which is why most of my music on here starts with me pressing start on the drum brute and having a few percussive elements. What I can do, and what I do often, is I mute the main bits. I can even solo something I'm not using, like the cymbal. And that way it will provide the clock without actually playing any sound. So if I want to start something a bit more melodically, without much of a rhythm, I can do it that way. I also like to usually introduce the main melody, which in this case I would say would be the Volker FM, and then bring in all the ARP stuff and the Tascam later on, and then just slowly build up, so get the sample on the go, and then the beats fairly early as well. So we'll just sort of mess around here a bit, I suppose. This is the bit that can take like an hour if I'm not careful, because I'll just keep trying to make takes and get the perfect take. So like I said, I'll try, and it might not be as perfect as I usually would have it, but just for the sake of not letting this stream drag on, I'll try and get something down quickly for you. Here we go. Cool. Yeah, I genuinely do something like that. Generally, I'd do something similar to that. I'll leave it at that for now, but usually I would go through it over and over again until I'm happy with how everything comes in and how it sounds. So let's go to mixing it now. So here we go. So I'll start by cleaning it all up. Clear out any dead space. So okay. So this is where it starts. So I'm going to delete all of that. Select it all, drag it right to the start. I'm not, even though I've got the tempo set right in the project, I'm not that fussed about getting it on the grid. Sometimes if I use like live drums like I have before, those will already be to the grid and I'll send the clock from Logic to my drum route. But for now, just for mixing, I don't really need to have this bang on the grid. So clean up some more at the end here. See, dB mix, I didn't use that at all, it doesn't look like, so I'll delete that. And yeah, let's get started. So I'll start with the drum route, get the kick going. Just a bit of compression, dBX. EQ. I like to slot my bass and my kick together, so I'll cut out a bit of 100, which is where I'm guessing the bass. This is quite a subby kick, so I'm going to let it be the sub of the track and then have 100 be my bass range. And then a bit of saturation. If you've been watching this for a while, you could probably tell us a theme. This decapitator saturator I absolutely love. Use it on basically everything. Make sure you're gain staging everything. And then just get a bit more thump back in it. I'm going to use a envelope. It's just a little bit of attack. Get a bit more of that click back that we've lost. Yeah. Maybe a bit more sub out. So let's go on to the snare. Similar. Use the dBX compressor. Hats I don't do too much to, just sort of leave them as is most of the time. Bit of reverb. I'll make an extra reverb just for the drums actually, because the main reverb I've got going on is pretty big. So I want something a bit smaller just for the drums, give them a bit of real world reflections. Let's try snare ambience. I like to take off some of the highs and lows as well, off the reverb. Cool, and then I'll start processing that whole drum bus as well. So just a bit of glue compression, just hear what it's doing. So I just only want a few dBs of reduction on that. Bit of EQ. And then, nope, not another compressor, didn't mean to do that. You guessed it, bit more decapitator. Just sounds so good on drum buses as well. Nope, that's wrong. There we go. Get a bit of that gate reverb on the snare. Cool, now let's mix that in with our other drums. Just gonna, oh, didn't mean to do that. Gonna widen up the Volca beats a little bit. So if you haven't heard of this plugin, it's called Infected Mushroom Wider. Really nice plugin that makes things wider basically, and it also does it retaining full mono compatibility. So if someone's listening on a mono system and this gets collapsed down to mono, it will stay in phase, which is really nice. Pretty happy with how that's sounding for now. Now I'll add the bass in, try and slot that with the drums. Cheers, Montano. Glad you're enjoying it. Trying to do this a lot speedier than I usually would. So let's get a compressor going on this as well. Try and catch the attack, but level it out a little bit. Send this to some of the delay as well, get a bit of extra delay going. And a bit more saturation, why not? Going to use another plugin I really liked. Melder Production do a big, massive bundle that you can get for free called the M3 bundle. All of this stuff for free, which is a lot of it's like just nice, simple utilities type stuff, and the auto pan on it is really good. It's just nice and simple. So if I bring the rate down a bit, bring the depth up a bit, get a bit of a nice stereo crisscross going on. Fade that in a bit. Gonna sidechain that grave to hell to the kick, so that when that second drop comes in, it's nice and impactful. Might put some more reverb on it as well. Cheers, Joe. Goes to show how much of a difference it makes having everything available to multi-track and process individually. Let's do something fun for that bass so it doesn't just stop abruptly. So if I do this, let's send that to a plate reverb. So again, Sound Toys smashing it. Little plate, such a great sounding reverb. So simple as well. You got all the just 4 controls. Let's get the low cut up and let's see how this sounds. Maybe a bit more of a low cut there. How about a pitch shift as well? Let's make it shimmer. Ooh. Glitchy, but I like it. And another reverb, just for fun. Let's just do standard. Let's do silver verb. That's better. That's the problem about the Volca key sometimes, because it's analog. I think the 3 oscillators, when they're sorry, not oscillators, but the 3 voices. Well, yeah, it is 3 oscillators as well, but I think they sometimes phase cancel each other out sometimes. So you can hear that there's more bass. There's much more bass here than there is here, which is annoying because I want that drop to be impactful. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a sub bass plugin on. So what this does is it sort of creates an artificial sub bass from whatever you put into it. So I'm going to automate that so that it comes on for the second drop. See how that sounds. Yeah, that's good. That's good. If anyone is, I mean, I'm nearing the end of this now, I think. But if anyone out there is noticing anything that I need to change, how does it sound on your system? Anything sticking out too much? Anything not loud enough? Snare too loud? Drums too loud? Let me know. I want you to backseat mix me. Sick. Big up Sim, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, sorry about that. 1 second. Right, so usually I would, at this point, reference to a bit of music that I want to sound like, but I do not want to get this stream taken down for copyright. So I'm going to reference to one of my previous jams this month. This plugin's called Reference by Mastering the Mix. So it allows you to quickly see differences between your mix and a reference mix. And it matches the level for you, which is nice. So this, by the way, is my mix I did for the jam I did for 26th of January. There is a link to a playlist with all my jams that I've done this month in the description below if you fancy checking them out. Bass phrase is missing something. Interesting. What do you reckon? It is a bit static, isn't it? What if we try and put some filter on it, some auto filter? That sounds a bit better. And I'll can you automate the LFO? Yes, I can. So right now it's on a random rhythm. So every quarter note it's changing to a random value. So I can I? Track. Oh bloody hell. I don't think I can. That's annoying. Filter freak LFO rate. So I can if I make it an LFO. Ah, there we go. Let's give that a play with. Nice. Let's play with the mix as well. Yeah, I never understood that about Electron. It's like, thanks for buying our sampler that's twice the price as our intermediate one. As a reward, we'll give you a lot less of the features. What the fuck? No, nothing on the master. I've just got my reference plugin and an analyzer. Sweet. Well, I still haven't done much to the second drop bass. If you had any other ideas for that, I'm open. I'm open to the suggestions. Probably going to be super bass heavy, isn't it? Oh, it's looking all right. Cool. I'm happy with this. I'm been streaming for about 2 hours now, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to do a quick little bit of mastering, which I will show you how I master. It's half my own doing and half cheating. So let's see. We'll do a bit of a glue compressor. So I'm just going to pump it to see what it's doing and then rein it back in. And then a bit of EQ. Linear phase EQ. I do usually use the Pro Q Master. I thought I'd keep it stock for the stream. Less full notes. Ooh. Maybe chop it up a bit. Preferably 8s. Let's see. What if I get like a tremolo or something going on, or a step sequencer? Yeah, you're right, Joe. So the tempo is matched. I just haven't got it. Let's tell you what. Let's drag it so that it's nice and on. Good point. That's not 8s, so is it? What if we do this? I like that, actually. That's really cool. Let's do that for the second drop. Turn it off for the first. Not everywhere. Okay. So like bring that in for a bit randomly. So I could write in the mix automation. Oh, that's nice, actually. Yeah, I like that. Let's write that in, but I'll do that just for the second drop. So we've already got this automation going on in the first half. So the second half will be this. Actually, I'm going to do that manually. Not manually, but, well, you know what I mean. I'm going to do it this way instead to make it a bit more neat. So let's snap that to beat. The thought of automating, I like it. I think it works. Can you do vertical lines? Yeah. Yeah, I just did one. Check this out. Boom. Done. Done deal. Also, another feature I really like, which you'll probably tell me that Ableton and Bitwig can do for 20 years, I can set it so that any parameter I touch will instantly show up available to automate. Like that, see? Release, makeup, attack. That's really helpful. So if I just suddenly want to automate something, I can just turn on automation, click attack, and then automate away. And then I've also got that assigned to one of my knobs on my MIDI controller. They both do. Yeah, I thought so. As long as it's not lagging behind, that's all I can ask for, really. What was I doing? Mix. No, that's the wrong one. Step effects. See, this is when it comes in handy. Mix. Boom. There, done. I was mainly referring to the parts where the said two notes extend for a full bar. Ah, so there's the parts where the said two notes extend. Cool. Something like that. I'm keeping that. I think it's good. I like it. Let's do that. Okay, so where I was on the master, I've got my EQ. Bit of saturation afterwards. I'm going to put Logic's own Neve emulation is really nice. Just leave the EQ and just a bit of drive. Yes, but with a combination of what you did earlier during the whole thing. Tell you what, how about this? I'll do that. So I have it ramp up. I'm gonna leave it like that. So it's gonna ramp up in the first half and then be solid on the second. Cool. So I've got my compressor, I've got my linear EQ, I've got my console EQ, which is doing my saturation. Now it's time for the cheat code. Oh yeah. Ozone time, baby. So the main thing this helps me with personally is getting the overall tonal balance consistent between stuff I put out. So obviously I'm not a mastering engineer and it's a whole other science, so I'm not even going to attempt to, I mean, I'll do a little bit of tone shaping the way I want to begin with, but then I'll let Ozone do the heavy lifting, especially when it comes to dynamic EQ and a bit more of tonal shaping EQ, whereas this is more of a surgical EQ at the start, just to get rid of a few nasty frequencies. So let's let it do its thing. This is Isotope Ozone 9. So it's basically an automatic. It's a mastering suite, and you can put all sorts of modules in. So you've got exciters, equalizers, EQ, dynamic EQs, got compression, and it's also got that mode which I just used, which is called Master Assistant. So you tell it what intensity you want, if you want it modern or vintage, and then it'll just listen and uses its algorithm to automatically master your music. A lot of people shit on it because it's like, oh, it's cheating, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not a mastering engineer, and real mastering costs like 30 quid a track, whereas I got this on sale for £90. So I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that, really. But yeah, I was saying earlier, the main thing it helps with is the algorithm's really good at just finalizing my EQ, and that helps keep things consistent over releases. You can see here, it's only doing like, it's not even going up to 2 dBs of correction, really, but just that little bit of AI help means that if, like, I was putting out music every day this month, it just helps it all kind of stay consistent with each other. Cool. I think I'm happy with that. Let's just take a minute and listen to all of it from start to finish. Cool. I think that'll do. Cheers, Jack. Glad you like it. One thing I did notice is I don't like how the bass sounds when it comes in. It's a bit nasally, so I'm gonna automate a high cut. So when does it really start getting subby? About there. Okay, so let's do that. dynamic EQ or multiband compression? I do. That would help, actually. I think I'm happy with how it sounds for the rest of the... Actually, yeah. Let's do dynamic EQ. Good idea. So, this one, TDR Noverse, free one. Don't know if anyone's used this before. It's really nice, free dynamic EQ. So let's figure out what frequency that nasalness is. About 200, 300. Do you know what? I'm going to go back to my original idea. I think that way I'm going to lose a bit too much bass frequency. So let's go back to this. Yeah, I like that. It's a bit more subtle coming in now. Good. Small 2 to 3 to boost the small cube out of 50. Yeah. See, I was I choose obviously the kick drum and the bass are your main low frequency contenders. And I tend to nominate one of those to take up the sub frequencies and the other to take up, sort of like not the upper end of the sub, sort of around 100 hertz, just so they don't really battle with each other. So I've quote unquote nominated the kick drum to be that main sub stuff. So you can see here I've already boosted it, and then I've taken away some 100 hertz, which is where I'm going to slot, which is where I'm hopefully trying to slot in the bass frequencies, which you can see. So I've done the opposite here. So I've taken away the main impact area that the kick's got, which is around 60 hertz, and then boosted the bass at 100 hertz, and then that reverse curve there kind of helps them play together a bit nicely. I think a lot of us are probably listening on nice speakers or nice headphones, but this is one of those basses that's more about hearing it than feeling it. Having said that, it does sound a bit weak down there though. Tell you what, I'm going to change. Sorry, I meant to end this ages ago, but this is just how mixing goes, isn't it? I can just get lost in it. Because the kick drum isn't actually playing that often, so that means that there's a lot of time for the bass to not have sub, where it doesn't need to not have a sub, if you know what I mean. See, that sounds a lot better already. So what I am going to use dynamic EQ, sorry, but I'm going to sidechain it to my kick. And put it around 60 Hertz. Put the Q up. You ever mess around with sidechaining particular bass frequencies when the kick hits, so you can... Yeah, great minds think alike, sorry. So yeah, obviously I could do that with multiband compression, but I quite like doing it with dynamic EQ instead. It feels a bit more transparent to me. Why isn't this working? Oh yeah, I need to turn sidechaining on. I can't remember how to do that in this. Ah, sidechain, here we go. Oh, it's the wrong... That's why. Yeah, that's nice. That's a lot better. Thanks for suggesting that. Right, I'm going to do another pass with Ozone because our tone has changed slightly now. Uh-oh. Awkward. It doesn't like it. No. Fuck. Try and get rid of some of this stuff. There we go, made it through. You can see my CPU is getting ragged here. Ooh. Just in the nick of time. See if that's changed our EQ a bit. Yeah, so it's doing something a bit different now. Cool. I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna I'm going to call it there. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed. 7 viewers at the moment. I think we got up to about 10 at one point. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Let me know if this is something that's been helpful or useful or something you want to see any more of. And yeah, I'll post the full version of this later on this evening on this very YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Serious Things Tomorrow. And you can check out my music on Spotify as well. If you just search Serious Things Tomorrow on Spotify. And yeah, peace out. Thank you very much for joining.